Hello everyone, this is Hunter at Vapor Honing Technologies, and today we're going to be taking a look at this water pump, kind of highlighting a few different areas where vapor honing is a much better, much safer process for your pieces. So on the top here you can see we have rust. Obviously vapor honing can clean this up. I'm going to use a 4:1 mix of glass bead and aluminum oxide for this piece, so we can both remove the rust at the same time that we polish the piece up. Now it may be beneficial if you add corrosion inhibitor to the cabinet. That's another point that we'll talk about. But there's also threaded areas. We're going to show why vapor honing is so safe on these areas. We're going to also show why vapor honing is top tier for doing more of a one-step process, or we can talk about how you can divide it up into two and maintaining the original integrity of your piece. So we're going to blast this and we're going to come back and talk about this a little bit afterwards as well. Stay tuned. We are back with our water pump here, and I wanted to go over kind of this whole part and just show you why vapor honing is such a great process compared to others out there. As you can see, the top piece here, it does spin. Vapor honing did not hurt the mobility of this piece. It didn't seize it up. It's very safe when it comes to that. Now, we always recommend that you disassemble parts as much as you can before you put them in the cabinet, just so there's very little to no risk there. But this piece didn't seize it up at all. You can see these tiny threaded areas here too. Whereas other processes, the abrasive may pack in complex geometries, vapor honing is not going to do that. It's going to flow with the water, flow right through it, and actually be a lot safer for that than other processes will be. The threads are also undamaged. You can see that very close up here. The threads look very, very good. They look brand new. It's just because of the flow nature of this process where the water is going to cushion your abrasive. That's what allows it not to pack. That's what allows it not to warp anything or eat away at your surface and change tolerances, because this process is so soft. As you can see down here, there's markings, there's, you know, a little bit of everything down here. I'm holding it the wrong way, so let me turn it around. It did not damage these numbers down here, any logos, or this piece over here. It kept all of the important elements of this piece safe. It kept the integrity of this part. It's really a testament for how soft this process is. We did highlight that this piece was a little bit rusted before going into this cabinet. We do have corrosion inhibitor that you can also put in the cabinets, so it makes it super safe for any parts that will flash rust or any parts that are rusted from re-rusting. It's water-based. It's not going to change anything about the finish, not going to affect any after coating since it is water-based. You might want to use it in the machine if you do a closed loop system, but if you are on an open loop, you may want to do a dip tank outside, because if you put that stuff in, it's just going to be washing right out on an open loop. So you may want to have it in a dip tank beside the machine setup. If you're on a closed loop, you can run it directly in your machine. Also, this part was a little bit greasy before going into the cabinet. You can do this as a one-step process, or you can do it as a two-step process. So we always recommend to do it as a two-step process. We do have parts washers, very high pressure, that link's below, so you can take a look at those. That will help degrease the part before it goes into the vapor honing cabinet. It will keep your water a lot fresher and cleaner for longer, leading to less maintenance if you do it in a two-step process. But the wet blast process does have the capability to do it in a one-step. The water will wash that stuff away, and the abrasive will just get all those contaminants off of the surface, get it back to bare metal, scrub that surface, polish it up, or prep it for an after coating depending on what you're doing. Another part that we can talk about of this piece is the underside. You can see that it had old gasket material on it. Vapor honing will slowly eat away at the gasket material. It really depends on what abrasive you're using for what's gonna, you know, eat it away. I was using glass bead and an aluminum oxide mixture, very, you know, soft and very minimal impact abrasive, so it's not gonna take this stuff off easily. The best practice is to take it off before it goes into the cabinet. That's just a testament for how soft this process is. Not gonna damage any sealing surfaces, so you're able to just reapply another gasket after and get back to your reassembly. This part would pretty much be fully ready to go back back on and be reused again. If you guys need a new process in your shop that's a little bit faster, gonna give you a better finish, safer for your parts, Wet Blast is definitely the process for you. Again, take a look at our parts washers too. They are high pressure. The link's below in the description. Our number here, 828-202-5563.